Hello everyone. Today I'm going to introduce you to Voki. Voki is an avatar program that allows you to select a character and then associate voice with it. To start, go to Voki.com, VOKI, and click on Login. We have an educational account, so you're going to need to talk to your teacher about what username and password you should use to get in. Remember to click on the Remember Me button and uncheck the box. When you first get into Voki, you're going to be looking for the assignment from your teacher. This particular assignment is from Mrs. Jankowski, and she wants her students to reflect on what they've learned about landforms. So you're going to click on the Edit button, and it's going to open up the Voki dialog box. And in the box, you're going to see a randomly selected avatar. You may or may not want to keep this avatar. In order to change the avatar, you can come up here and click on Customize Your Character, and I'm going to click on Head first. What you'll see is that under Careers, one of the selections was this policeman, but there are actually quite a few categories of characters. So I'm going to click on this orange arrow and click through some of the categories until I find one that interests me. And I think I'm going to be looking for one called Fantasy. I'm going to click on Fantasy and then click on the character that I want to select. When the character appears, you are able to sometimes change or customize some of the characteristics of your Voki. I'm going to click on Clothing. This particular Voki has a couple of choices. You can have a blue dress or a green dress. So I'll click on green. Not every character has clothing or bling choices. I'm going to click here on bling. And my only choices here are to keep the glasses on or keep them off. And it looks like actually there might be another category here. No, maybe not. Okay, so those are my bling choices. When I'm done customizing my character over here on the right, I'm going to click on Done. But there are some other things that you can change about your character. Down here, I can change some coloring and some tweaking. So under color, I can change the lip color of my character, the eye color of my character, skin tone, hair color. And under tweaking, you can change the size of some of the body parts of your character. So I can give my character a bigger mouth, smaller nose, larger body, make her head a little taller, make her a little less wide of her head. Okay, so let's say I'm happy with the character that I have created. Now let's take a look at the background. When I click on the background button, you can see once again you have a lot of categories of choices. Many of the choices are static and they won't move, but there is a category called Animated right here. And that will give you some selections of backgrounds that will move. Let's do this one. So you can see there's some movement there in the background. I'm going to click on Done. And now the most important part of my Voki is that I'm going to associate my voice with the Voki because I want to show my teacher what I have learned about a particular topic. So there are two ways to associate voice with your Voki that we use in our school. One is text-to-speech. So if I click on text-to-speech, I can type my response. and I can choose the language that I want it to be read in. I would suggest keeping it in English so that your teacher can understand. And you can choose a voice. There are a couple of male voices and a couple of female choices. So maybe I'll choose Grace. And then I'm going to test it out here.
This is my response.
Now, if I like that, I'm going to click on Done. But I've decided that I want to actually record my own voice. So I'm going to show you this as an option. So if you don't want to type your response, if you'd rather record your own voice, you can do that by clicking on the microphone. So here I'm going to click on the record button, and you'll be prompted for a couple of with a couple of dialog boxes asking to allow you to give the computer or give Voki access to your microphone. So you're going to want to do that. Don't block it, or don't say don't disregard the message. So basically, my prompt today is to tell my teacher something that I learned about the changing Earth. So when I click on record, actually it looks like I'm recording without getting those dialog boxes, but I do want you to know that you'll probably get a dialog box down here, and you need to click on allow. And then when you click on record, you'll probably see another allow box up here. Now, I am currently recording, and this is not what I wanted to record. So I'm going to click on stop. And I don't want to do that. I don't want this to record. So I'm going to stop this, and I'm going to start all over again. Landforms are always changing. Weathering and erosion cause landforms to change. Okay, I'm going to stop my recording. Landforms are always changing. Weathering and erosion cause landforms to change. So it played back for me. Now, if I decide that I like this, I'm going to click on Save, and I'm going to be prompted to name this recording. So I'll just call it Test. I'm going to click on OK. And once it saves, landforms are always changing. Weathering and erosion cause landforms to change. So it plays back again, and then you would think you would click on save, but actually, if you do, you're just going to be prompted to rename the recording again. I'm not sure why that happens, but instead we're just going to click on done. And now I like my character, I like my background, I like my voice. I'm just going to click here. Landforms are always changing. Weathering and erosion cause landforms to change. And if I'm 100% sure I'm ready, I'm going to click on save. And this is saving my whole entire Voki. And we still have a few steps before we can hand this in to our teacher. So right now, Voki is saving all of my work. I'm going to give it a few minutes to finish up. I'm recording. Okay, so everything has been saved. I'm going to click on close. And then when you are returned to the assignment bar, you're going to want to click here and submit your assignment for your teacher to review. So I'm going to click yes and submit. And actually, your teacher's going to have to contact me in order to approve your work. So I'm actually on another computer right now and signed on as the teacher. And I'm going to approve the work, and then I'll show you what has to happen next. All right, so I see that something is ready to review. and I'm just reviewing it in another screen.